In this video we're going to finish up the breakdowns for the capoeira fighter. Alright, so I've added few breakdowns here. For example, when the capoeira fighter gets kicked in the stomach, and in a moment where the character is getting low down to his low kick. And now the next breakdowns that we're gonna set up are gonna be between 232 and 250, because it's the crucial moment while the character is starting to getting up and get on the guard pose. Alright, so in a while I've just added a few tweakings and fixed more rotations and few translations, so just a little tweakings in a while. Alright, so what we're gonna do now is grab our video reference, and let's see that in the frame 234 there is a good pose here where the character is touching the ground, the foot is touching on the ground, and he started to standing up in this pose here, where is gonna act this little skip and go back on his guard. Alright, and ready to fight again. So we go on the frame 234 now, and we grab our character, and on the frame 234 we just press S key. Alright, so with that done, we can just start to pose our character, for example, and we do this in the word axis, and it's gonna be useful for us because we just need to move it in this way and translate it as well. So it's gonna help us a lot doing this. And grab our full control, and we check how it's gonna be in this part. So see that for example, we just move it here, we just add a few extremes. Anyway, in this moment there will be a few tweakings to do. Even there are a lot of tweakings to do, because you might not find that the few steps are not gonna match out with the next frames and so on. So there are a few tweakings to do all the time. There's always something to tweak. And what I'm going to do now is lift it up my character a little bit, and fix my knee control here, for example, and consider that this foot has to be a little bit rotated, and I want this knee a little bit more out. And let's see that the hip has to be a little bit more rotated. So I'm just gonna straight the back up now, as I did, and even the spine and the torso as well. Right, so we can start to adjust in a better way our pose. And let's see here, for example, alright, we can pick this hip in this way, and now we can rotate in a right angle, and we can just crunch it down like this. Okay, and the torso, the torso as well. Alright, so just bend it over like this, and we make sure that the hip is correctly positioned. So we can just grab our character in the word axis, we drag it down, and this torso is a bit twisted in this way. So we just grab the controller here, we straighten the arm, and we make sure that it's touching the floor. Okay, so we grab it and we just rotate it more down, and I think it's a bit too much. Alright, and we push a bit more outside, and we make sure that the palm is touching the ground. Okay, so if you see that the rotation is a bit too much, you can just lift it up a little bit. It's gonna be alright. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to extend this leg, right, because it has to find the balance for the to get enough space to stand up. So I'm gonna grab this arm control, I'm going to rotate it and bend it a little bit in this way. Alright, so we do that. And so what I'm going to do now is, since I've got this pose, I can just start to carry on and add my next pose, which is going to be the pose 240. Just press S key, and we see that in the pose 240 there is the body weight transferred on this leg, and this leg is ready to flip back when there's the skip coming up. All right, so on the frame 240 we just grab our controllers and we rotate it more in this way, and I think we're just going to zero out the values as well as the spine control, and I think for the torso is gonna be okay, and we can lift our center of gravity up. Okay, so we check the knee control here and we make sure we grab it. All right, so we have this kind of rotation and we have to make sure that we translate and rotate it in the right place. So this leg is going to be more here, and this ball roll is going to be zeroed out as well, and we just rotate it on the z-axis, this heel control, and obviously the knee is going to be positioned in the right way. So we zero out this value here, and let's see what we can do here. For example, okay, so we shift the weight a little bit more in this way, a little bit more back, and here we can grab the leg a little bit more towards the body weight, where the body weight is going, and we grab our spine and we start to push our back a bit more in angle. So let's see if everything is matching. So far everything is going okay, so which is good, and we can even grab this full control and the knee control more in this way, and even fix our balance of the carta. Okay, so now that we can see that everything is going okay, so we can add a few more features to the pose, and we fix our hip, and I think our torso can go a little bit more backward, a bit straighten up slightly. Okay, and we just twist it more in the other side, so we can see that the arm is more up in this way, and let's pull our wrist down, and we can rotate more the center of gravity in this way, so more in the angle, more on the side, and we grab the wrist, we put it down, the arm is going to be down, maybe a little bit bent, just to get more relaxed pose. We grab the arm control and we put it more back. I think the arm is going to be more open in this way, and it's going to be more in this side. Okay, so obviously the card all the time is facing the opponent. Okay, so we take this bag a little bit up and the spine a little bit crunched, which is fine now. So perfect. So I think we are quite matching everything, and obviously it's very important where the pose that has to match. So in this case we can just grab this foot control and we translate it in this pose. So we can see how comfortable is sometimes this process. And alright, so we kind of rotate a little bit more because the knee, it goes a bit more in this angle. So perfect. So now we can step on to the next pose. So we select our controllers, so we go on a frame 244, we press S key, and what we have here basically is the moment where there is a little skip in between the two keyframes. So between 244 and 240 and 250, there is this mid pose, which is the skipping. Alright, so that's what we're gonna do now. We have our pose on 244, and we just grab our card, we lift it up, we make sure we're on the word axis, and we straight up the back, and we can rotate it more in this way. So we grab our spine control, we rotate that as well, and we straight the back of the torso as well. And let's not forget that the hip, it makes his nice job as well. Alright, so we can translate the torso a bit more backward, and the hip control is gonna be more in this way. So we have to consider now that there will be the next pose in 250, so we have to make the illusion of the skipping. So in this case the knee is gonna be positioned here, and we can zero out the value of the rotation of the heel control, so we can rotate it in this way. The carter is more in the air. Okay, so the leg is gonna be more in this side. Alright, so we grab the carter, the torso, we translate it more in this way, we crunch it a little bit to match the arc, and we just grab it and we pull it back just a little bit, and we make sure everything is on balance, and we rotate the heel of the foot, and we lift it up just a little bit. Alright, so let's see what we have here. Okay, so let's see, we are kind of there. We just tweak it a little bit more, and the head is gonna be more straight here. So we just fix the arms. Okay, so we grab the arms, we rotate it in this way, and we rotate the wrist up, and we rotate a little bit more down. Alright, and let's say just a little bit more tweaking and we are done. So alright, I'm just gonna finish to tweak this pose here, but anyway, as long as you got the concept of this process, everything is gonna be okay. It's gonna be the same process here, and until we step on the next step, which is gonna be the linear curve. So we're gonna start fixing more rotation issues, and a little bit of snaps in the curves where we're gonna find out into the next lesson. All right, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you into the next video.